Checkpoint 5B, writing the equation of a line. Except for a vertical line, any line may be written in the form y equals mx plus b, where b represents the y-intercept of the line and m represents the slope. Vertical lines are always of the form x equals k. The slope is a ratio indicating the steepness and direction of the line. The slope is calculated by m equals vertical change over horizontal change, or delta y over delta x. Example 1. Write the equation of a line with a slope of -1/2 and passing through the point 6, 3. So you already know that you have the slope is -1/2, which is your m. You also have the point 6, 3. So you know one of your x's is 6 and one of your y's is 3. So you're going to substitute -1/2 in for m, 6 in for x, and 3 in for y in order to solve for b. -1/2 times 6 gives you -3. You then add 3 to both sides, which gives you a b of 6. So your equation is y equals -1/2x plus 6. Again, your slope is -1/2, your b is 6. Example 2. Write the equation of the line passing through the points 8, 3 and 4, 6. They have you drawing a slope triangle here where they have the point 4, 6 and 8, 3. To get from 4, 6, you go down 3 and right 4. The other way you may have seen to calculate this is to take your y values and subtract them over your x values and subtract them. Both of these methods will work. So you know your slope is -3/4. You can use either of these points in order to find your y-intercept. We've chosen to use 8, 3. So you know y is 3, you know m is -3/4, and you know x is 8. And then you have plus b. -3/4 times 8 will give you -6. So you add 6 to both sides. 9 plus 6, 3 plus 6 is 9, so your b is 9. Y equals -3/4 x plus 9. Let's look at some examples. And for this one, we're actually going to do 3 examples because it's much more complicated than what we're used to seeing. So we're going to start with example number 2. So first you have to find your slope. They gave you the points 1, 1 and 0, 4. So in order to find your slope, you could draw a slope triangle and then just determine that from 1, 1, from 0, 4 to 1, 1, you're going to go down 3 and right 1. Or you can subtract your y's. 1 minus 4 gives you -3, and 1 minus 0 is 1. -3 divided by 1 will give you -3. So now you have to pick one of your points. I chose 1, 1. I'm sorry, I chose 4, -3. 4, 0. So my y is 4, my m is -3, and my x is 0. Since we know -3 times 0 is 0, we know that our b is equal to 4. So my final equation is y equals -3x plus 4. Now for number 7, you're given a table. And the one thing you'll want to remember when you have a table is these are just a set of points. So I have -2, -3, -1, -1, 0, 1, 1, 3, 2, 5. Again, just a set of points. So first I had to find my slope. And again, I chose to use y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, but you could just plot all of these points and determine what the slope is from each point. So I used -3, -2, -3, and -1, -1. -3 minus -1, remember when you subtract a negative becomes positive, so I get -2. -2 minus -1 becomes -1, so -2 divided by -1 is a positive 2. So my slope is positive 2. So I used a different point of 1, 3 in order to solve for b. So I have a y of 3, I have an x of 1, and I have an m of 2. Now 2 times 1 gives me 2, so I have 3 equals 2 plus b. You subtract 2 from both sides. 3 minus 2 is 1. The 2's cancel out, so I know my b is 1. So my final equation is 2x plus 1. Now for number 10, you'll notice that the scale's a little different. So I picked 2 points on the line, and you could pick quite a few points. I used 0, negative 30, and 10, negative 10. You also could have used 20, 10. You also could have used 30, 30, whichever ones you prefer. So again, the first thing I found was my slope. And in this instance, a triangle actually probably would have been really nice since you already have your picture. And you're going up 20 and right 10. Remembering that your scale, it's not just 1, 2, it's 20 over 10. So either way, 20 divided by 10, or negative 30 minus negative 10 over 0 minus 10, you get a slope of 2. So then, we plug in 2 for our m. I used the point 10, negative 10, so I have 10 for x and negative 10 for y. 2 times 10 gives me 20, so when I subtract 20 from both sides, I get a b of negative 30. So then I plug both of those in, and I get y equals 2x minus 30 as my final equation. So hopefully that helps you remember how you write the equations of lines given either a slope and a point, 2 points, a chart, or a graph. If you have any further questions, feel free to email me at mbrenner@d131.org.